interesting because I want to wear your hat at the time. So let's just say, sake of argument, I'm a jerk off, I'm a nobody, and then maybe because my uncle or whatever, I get my button. You don't, it dilutes it for you and makes it not as important because you kind of had protection anyway.
Right. So
Yeah, go ahead.
right. So like I'm saying, like that's the whole problem that a lot of guys that were really out there doing stuff. We don't like the guys that are getting involved that never did nothing. Like we had a guy in my crew. His name was Nicholas Fest. They call him Pudgy. And like I said, I was good friends with him, but the kid was literally getting robbed all the time, abused. I mean, he gave Ronnie $10,000 a week, so Ronnie loved him. So Ronnie would tell me to protect him like he's his son. All right. So the kid was literally a victim, and they ended up making him because they felt like they had to. You know, after so many years of him paying, he'd never been into a fight. He's never swung his arm. He's never shot nobody. He's never killed nobody. He's never robbed nobody. He's never done nothing except for give Ronnie money. That's all he's done in his life.
So,
and
yeah.
and people actually like used to make fun of him. You know what I'm saying? He was like known as a joke. He's 75% Irish, 25% Italian. Yeah. His last name's just Italian. He's mostly Irish. So it's like it don't matter no more. They just put in whoever, you know what I mean, just to fill slots. So yeah.
All right. So and I'm just gonna give you my understanding, just again talking to John Lee and so forth. The Bonannos got like really kind of screwed up a while ago. Keep it simple. I guess there was a commission or whatever, you know, kind of got removed. And then Joe Massino was like a major boss in Queens, hooked up even like Gotti and so forth. Brought it back to like a point of, hey, we're players again. And then the boss flipped, and I believe that was under your, you know, under your time. So walk us through that. That had to be crazy. And give us, were you on the rise, on the decline, and then what happened?
Right, because like when he flipped, like 10 other captains flipped, so the whole family was pretty much crushed. I mean, it was like we were almost as bad as the Colombo family when they went bad. They have nothing left. But at the one point, the Bonanno family was like the laughing stock too, because Joe Massino, the underboss, flipped too, and all the captains. So the whole family was wiped out, and they were. And it basically gives people like us, like, what the fuck? If they're gonna cooperate, you can't trust anybody. Joe Massino's like, he was like the Don. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and at the one point, a lot of the other families were saying that they didn't recognize anybody that came under Joe Massino. So if you were straightened out under him, he straightened out a lot of guys. So everybody's flipping out saying, how you not going to recognize me because you came under a rat? So basically they're trying to say they won't recognize his members no more. So that went on for a little while, and then it stopped. You know, I believe we didn't have another street boss. I remember 2011, we got a guy named Tommy D. And that was the first street boss we had since Joe Massino. He was actually acting boss for Mikey the Nose while Mikey the Nose was in jail. Mikey the Nose was always the boss, but he just appoints people for the street, and he appointed the guy Tommy.
Now, what fascinates me about organized crime is the structure. It's been around for 400 years, and frankly, I think it will be around for another 400, maybe not in the same capacity. But how important was it to have a leader, even at your level? Was it important, or you didn't care, or it actually did a little bit to show your colors, feel good about our organization? How important was having leadership in the equation?
You mean like to have like a guy like?
You obviously like, listen, I'm doing dirt here. Maybe you report to Ronnie, you work with Vinny, but like, like you had a street boss. Did you feel a little better? Okay, hey.
Right, because you don't want, like when you're in that lifestyle, like I said, when someone does something, it falls on everybody. So it's like when he did that, it made everybody look bad. Everyone's like, oh, this family's a joke. You know what I'm saying? So it took years to rebuild, man. I'm telling you, and it didn't. The Bonanno family didn't really come back till like 2012, 2013. They were fucked up for like 7, 8 years over it.
Yeah, it was on the come for a while, right? After, I heard like before he ratted, things were actually, and you might have caught some of that. I heard things were actually fairly good.
Well, actually, at one time, probably Joe Massino was like the next John Gotti, except not flashy like him. But that was he was like the guy, you know what I mean? And when he cooperated, that was just like everyone was in shock. Nobody could believe it.
What was the government strategy? Because the whole goal is to get the boss, right? After you get the boss, who is it?